Some of you are asking questions that should not be asked.
Hey everyone, welcome back to day 21 of Runderground. My name is Matt and I'm outside of Hammersmith station where we are going to be running the Circle Line. This is going to be a long run. Let's go. So if you're not familiar with the Circle Line, there are 36 stations, and so I thought that I would answer a question outside of every single station. Where are you originally from and where were you raised? I was born in Middlesbrough in northern England. However, I was raised in a little village not too far from Stokesley in North Yorkshire. What video editor do you use? I use Final Cut Pro 10. Who are your favourite YouTubers? Alright, so this is a difficult question. These include, but are not limited to, Jeff Marshall, Jackie Ina, Amanda BB, AJ, Jenna Marbles, D'Angelo Wallace, Cody Cole, ContraPoints, Byram, Swell Entertainment, Lovely T, Mike's Mike, Nikki Tutorials, Cat Black, Nick DeRamio, Paul and Rebecca, Sexpert, The Running Channel, Uncle Herman. A recent discovery, I've absolutely loved her channel, was Emily D. Baker. She's a lawyer who breaks down different court cases, and I find it really interesting. But yeah, those are some of my favourite YouTubers, so you're welcome. Favourite non-green space to run? I actually really like the bit around Monument. Are you planning on releasing any Runderground merchandise soon? I'm working on it. Has the change in weather affected your running? Yeah, of course it does. I find myself having to wear more layers more often. I've got these compression things on, look like long socks. When is the best time of year for PBs, and what is your parkrun PB? So I would say the best time of year for PBs is in April and maybe October/November. Reason being is that it's not too hot, it's not too cold. Weather's usually all right. My PB parkrun, I believe, is, hold on, let me double check that. It was over at Pegwell Bay and it was 18 minutes 42. Apple or Android? I have the perfect meme in response to this. Have you ever needed to scrap a video? Yes, I have. It was the Victoria line. Originally, it was going to be a commentary style video and it was crap. The version that exists today is the one that I chose. Edgware Road, see you back here in 25 kilometers time. I did actually send a text to my dad earlier asking for some questions. Well, there's a lot of questions there. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with what motivated you to do it. I moved down to London in 2017 and I was waiting to start a new job. I've always loved running, I always have done, always will, and I also love the underground, I love public transport, etc. And so I thought, who's ran public transport? Like, who's ran like the underground network? Quite a few people have, but I haven't seen anybody document it in video form. I've only ever seen it in like, online blogs or other little bits and pieces. So I thought, why not I do it? But to answer the question, what motivated me? I don't know, boredom. Thanks, Dad. Thank you so much for your questions. Do you speak any other languages? Si quiero aprender español, mi español es caca. It's not very good. What's your educational background? I do have a foundation degree in musical theatre. I graduated from Newcastle College, but then 6 days after my graduation, I moved to Australia. When I come back, I was planning on studying psychology full-time, because at one point I wanted to work with the British Association of Performing Arts Medicine. Anyway, life took a bit of a weird turn, and now I'm doing this. How do you deal with criticism? If the criticism that someone has given you is constructive feedback, you're more receptive to it. If someone was to critique my video and say, I felt like as if the music used was repetitious, or this could have been edited differently, comments like that, I take that on board. However, if someone has given you a subjective opinion, that is not something that you're going to take personally. If someone says something like, you're ugly, or this video's crap, how am I to learn from that? And it's simple, I can't. So I'm not going to place my validation on that. So if someone says, oh, you're ugly, or you're this, that is where I would tell you to stick your opinion up your. How has your sexuality affected your love of sport? It shouldn't, but I feel like it does. That's the topic that's going to be tackled in a video in its own right. Hopefully sometime soon, because I think it is quite interesting. Do you plan on making a Runderground documentary? Shh. Shh. Phone's just fell out of my pocket and it's got a little crack in it. I love that for me. I feel like as if I've received my karma for not picking Apple from that Apple or Android question earlier. Do you have plans to live stream? Yes, I do. So I am going to be live streaming this coming Monday at 7 o'clock. We are going to be talking about just all things whatever. I know that the lockdown is currently in effect. At the moment, we need a bit more social interaction. And so if you're not doing anything on Monday evening, I'm gonna be on my live stream. So if you're not doing anything, check us out. Should you run every day or take a day off break in between for your body to recover? I have always been of the volition that no, you shouldn't be running every day, or even like 3 or 4 times a week, whatever works best for you. But running every day, absolutely not. How far are your daily runs? I assume these are your long distance days. Thank you so much, Alison. I wouldn't class myself as an ultra runner yet. Usually I run 5 to 10K, and I do that maybe 3 times a week. And then the long runs I do reserve for Runderground, as they usually tend to be anything over 20 kilometers. How do you keep in shape? What are your future plans or goals? How do you keep motivated? That's a lot of questions. How do I keep in shape? I'm a vegetarian and I run a lot. What are your future plans or goals? I do have some, but I don't like speaking them out loud. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do find it hard to find motivation, but I do my best to not be dictated by how it is that I'm feeling. And I recognize that if I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for someone else who finds escapism in what I do. Does that make sense? Favorite London parkrun course? Oh, that is like as if I'm choosing between my children. Gunnersbury, I love because it does hold sentimental value for me. What is your favorite tube line? My favorite tube line to run, Metropolitan. In terms of my favorite tube line overall, probably Victoria line. It is really efficient. After you've completed London, do you have any other plans? We've got the Camel Trail down here in Cornwall, begging for a map video. Camel Trail? Camel Trail. Also, have you done any mountain or fell running? Love your vids and the YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Richard. Alrighty, so to answer your first question, any other plans after London? Yes. But I can't say anything about it yet because I still need to get it confirmed. The Camel Trail down in Cornwall, I have never heard of that, but that sounds absolutely hilarious. So when I used to live up in North Yorkshire, I used to do a lot of trail marathons. There's a Cleveland Way that I used to live near, and so yeah, I used to run along there quite a lot. Does the distance you run ever daunt you? Do you ever dread the runs you're about to do? Sometimes I look at the distance and I think, oh God, maybe I've planned it a bit too far. But then I think, you know what, I can stop at any point I want to anyway. So to be honest, I don't really think too much about the distance because by the time I'm up and running, pun intended, I don't really think about it. I just aim to get as much done as I can. Here we are at Temple. Very good question, Zoe. What got me into running? I don't know actually. It's something that I've always done. It's something that I always used to do at a very young age. It's not really something that's been a conscious decision. It's something that has come the most natural. All right, I'm gonna move on from Twitter. Let's have a look at Strava. How my Strava nights are. Do you feel relieved you're about to be done, or is there a tinge of sadness that you're about to be done? Do you have another challenge in mind after this one? Thank you so much for your question. So once the next line's finished, that's all of the underground done, but there's still the overground, DLR, trams, Crossrail, Eliza, TFL rail, and cable car. So we've still got quite a long way to go. Yeah, of course I do feel a bit emotional, you do feel attached to it. It's something that has been ongoing every week for the past however many months. So yeah, of course there is going to be a few emotions. I may potentially shed tears. Potentially. Don't hold me to it. Was there any point you thought, I've made a mistake starting this? Also, your highlight, I'm guessing, was the sunflower field, correct? What was your low light of all the runs you've done? Cheers! Kev. All right, so well, first of all, thank you so much for your services. So I remember it was the central line, it was the last day, one of the hottest days of the year. Anyway, long story short, because I didn't get much shade at all during the run, I actually got heat stroke. But yeah, the last day of running the central line, that was definitely a mistake. And now we're gonna move on to Instagram. Let's see what's occurring. What is your favorite and least favorite tube line? Not to run, just in general. I kind of answered this question over at Cannon Street, but I didn't really talk about the line that I disliked. I don't like the Bakerloo line. I feel like as if the wheels are gonna fall off from the carriages any second. And I also I didn't like running it. I didn't like the video that I made for it either. That is probably my most hated video. I really don't like that video. Here's the thing, sometimes I do rewatch the videos to see where I can improve, see what I can do differently. The Bakerloo line was just crap. All that it was like, I'm outside of this station, and like that was it. There was zero talk about like what was in the area. Not my best video. What top tips do you have for someone lazy like me to get into the routine of exercise? Thank you so much for your question. I would always say start small and then work yourself up. I would say apps like Couch to 5K is a really good start. I would say not putting as much pressure on yourself to think that you need to do a stupid distance. Here's the thing, I know that I run long distances here, but that's because I know that it's something that I can manage, and I do not expect any beginner runner to do the distances I do. Even if it's just a short walk around where you live, even if it's for 100 meters, for example, maybe 50 meters, start very, very small and then work your way up over time. That would be my recommendation. Parkrun, once it restarts in the UK, would be a perfect place to start. It's up to you with how competitive you want to make it. So if you want to go and smash out a PB, entirely up to you. But if you want to take it easy, walk the 5K, you can do that. So don't create pressure for yourself unnecessarily. That would be my take. Who's your favorite best friend in the world? Hey Steph! Serious question, what motivates you to keep running even when you're exhausted? Or why do you love running so much? I had a very small feature in the running channels video, and it was about, you know, why do you enjoy running? And my small bit was, I run because it's an extension of who I am. I think it's something that still rings true to them. Some of you are asking questions that should not be asked. Will you be doing the tube challenge in the future? If so, do we get to see the full route? I feel like as if I'm being dumb at the minute. Do you mean as in like running to every underground station in like, I don't know, the shortest time maybe? I think that's maybe what you mean. If not, do let me know. Who knows in the future? I'd be open to it. I'm gonna check your beauties over at YouTube. So I did put a community post out asking exactly the same question across my social media platforms. Ooh, hi. Have you ever done long distance running outside of the UK? Are there any locations you would like to visit? I actually haven't. Come to think of it, I have not done that, and that is definitely on a bucket list. I would love to run in North America. I would love to run in South America. I would love to run in South Africa. I'd love to run in Spain. Oh my god, like, yeah, many places. Do you have a day job? And if you do, how do you fit your underground runs around it? I do content creation for different brands in London. I also do little behind the scenes videos for bands here as well. So I was recently on a shoot with the band Phantomile. I was doing the behind the scenes video for that. That one will be coming out in a few weeks on like their channel. What do you think you would be doing right now if you didn't start this channel? If I didn't start this channel, I would probably be crying. I'd probably have more time focused on the digital content thing I was talking about at the last station. I'd probably have more time doing that. But also crying as well. What's your best tip for an inexperienced runner looking to improve their 5K time? Muchly, Ian. Well, thank you so much for your question, Ian. Increase your weekly mileage, run further than 5K in your training, but not too much. Consistent running pace, and also introduce different training techniques as well. There are many videos on YouTube that explain it, so I'll leave them in the description so that you can check them out. Those are the videos that help me. Hopefully they'll help you. I'm coming up to Paddington. We've got less than 900 meters left. I've got 2% watch battery. Let's see how we get on. I feel like as if I can hear the sonic drowning music in my head, which, by the way, I used to have that many years ago as a ringtone. What's been your favourite hidden gem while doing Runderground? There have been so many cool spots and trails that I never knew existed. Thank you so much, Beverlyn, for your question. Already, favourite hidden spots? Sunflower Field, obviously. The bit around Highgate Wood, I loved that so much. I thought that bit was absolutely beautiful. It's so hard to think of, considering that there's so much. A definite highlight, of course, Sunflower Field. Alright, one station left and then we finished the circle line. Oh my gosh, as if. Alrighty, let's hopefully we can get to the end before my watch dies. I've got 1% left. I see Edgware Road. I'm around 34k, but you know what? Let's see if I can sprint to the end. Boom. Alrighty, let's stop this watch. So here we are, Edgware Road, back here 25 kilometers later. Let's get this saved before I lose it. Final question. It's the most asked question ever. I love it. What line am I going to be doing next? I think it's pretty obvious. That is right, so we literally only have one line left until we've ran not only every single station on the London Underground, that's already been done, but to run every single tube line on the London Underground network. Like, what? If you want to check out the running data, you can follow me on Strava. That's going to be in the description down below. Now, tube leaderboard. I have no idea where the circle line is going to place, so I'm going to put that on screen right now. I have a feeling, oh, what's it going to be? I know it's definitely more than a Victoria line, so I'm going to assume that that's, I think, is the circle line 8th now? You know, I was starting to ache just a little bit, but overall, I feel spot on. I feel absolutely super. And last reminder as well, I am going to be live streaming on the Monday at 7 o'clock. Do check your time zones as to where it is going to be, where it is that you are. But it's going to be 7 p.m. my time. So yeah, if you do want to join in, if you are feeling lonely during this lockdown, or if you just want to come in and chat, say hello, maybe I asked a question and I didn't get the chance to answer it, pop in on the live chat on the Monday, because I'm going to be here. Well, not like here, but like at home. If you did enjoy this video, do make sure that you give it a like, and if you want to see content like this more often, do feel free to subscribe, but don't feel forced to, that is okay. If you're not coming to the live stream on Monday, I'll see you next week for the final line of running the Underground network. Did that come out the way I wanted it to? Whatever, we've got one line left. All right, see you, bye, I'm going home.